I'm also one of the biggest In Trousers fans you'll ever meet, so this panel is like a dream come true for me. Thank you for being here for my dream come true, and yours. This is an amazing group we have here today. Weitzman, Alison Fraser, Testa, and Bill. Everyone first came on board with this show. Starting with Bill, how did you first get the idea to write In Trousers, and what was the first material that you wrote for it?
I was calling myself a writer after I got out of school, and I wasn't writing. And so I called my dear friends Alison Fraser and Testa, and another friend, Kate Pesic, who I'd gone to Williams with, and I said, let's just meet and sing some songs. I don't know that I have anything written, but if you clean my apartment, I'll cook you some chicken wings. And basically, that's how we started. Marvin's Kitty Seizure, Marvin Needs Love was the first thing we did, and you know, Mary and Alison, I found out, though I had no idea, they just harmonized naturally. The reason this show has never been done again is because nobody can sound the way they sound.
Well, it'll be done next week, trust.
Horribly. No, but so it was really fun for me, and I had a clean apartment. And I played Marvin, and it was the last time I played the piano really in public. Thank goodness. That's for me.
Billy taught me how to sing. I had sung a little bit, but he really did. He gave me the voice that I have, this strange voice. And I quit school, and
she didn't quit high school.
Not quit high school, no. I quit college, and I came to New York, and Billy was here, and we started singing together. And we actually did a couple of shows with Bill before In Trousers, right? Wasn't Benny Leonard and the Brooklyn Bridge?
Yeah,
we did that, and wasn't Jocks?
Were you in Jocks?
Yeah, we were both in Jocks.
Tell them what Jocks was.
It was a story about athletes who died.
And we did a backwards audition for the public, and I don't think they really cared.
The public, they hated it. And
Yeah.
Manhattan Theater Club, I told them that at Manhattan Theater Club, they wouldn't look. I said, that was a very good audition, people, the two jerks who were there. And I said, did you like it? And they wouldn't look up. I said, look up and tell me no. And Mary said, Bill, we have to go. I said, look up and tell me no. I said, this is the best show you're going to see all year. So just remember me, remember it, you stupid fools. Mary said, Bill, let's go.
This might be the most honest panel you see all weekend.
Yeah. Well, I met Bill when I was 19 years old. I was at the University of Rhode Island.
I was a pedophile.
And he was hired to do a show called Scrambled Eggs. There we had a 10-show season, all new shows, and Bill was hired to do his musical called Scrambled Eggs, and he picked me to be in it, and so that's how I met. So when I moved to New York at 21, he just called and said, come over, and we just started singing together. So that's how we started In Trousers. We just were doing various songs, and we would instantly write the harmonies. We just wrote all the harmonies. We just sang in harmony. We harmonized instantly. It was great. So that's how it all started.
Chip,
yeah.
Chip. I sort of crashed the party. I mean, you know, there was a workshop at Playwrights Horizons, right, In Trousers. Which
I should say my story.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Once upon a time, when I was in my early 20s, and I started working at Playwrights Horizons off Broadway, a theater that is now renowned for new work. And at the time was doing a lot of plays and no musicals, and my passion was musicals, and so I instituted a musical theater program at Playwrights Horizons in the late 70s, and Andre Bishop, the artistic director there, handed me Bill Finn's phone number and said, this guy's calling me, you take care of it. So I called Bill Finn, got invited to this now famous audition of In Trousers in Bill's living room. And unlike the public, I ran right up to Bill afterwards thinking, oh my God, everyone in the room is going to clamor for this, because it was the most wonderful thing I'd heard up to that point. And I ran up to Bill. Little did I know everybody in the room were his friends, because I was, like one of the two actual theater people there, and I was only borderline actual theater at that point. But I ran up to Bill and I asked him to come work at Playwrights Horizons, and then we did. We started working on the Trousers, and we did do a workshop. We would rehearse, because we had two theaters, one above the other, and the smaller theater, which we were going to work in, the sound bleeded down to the main stage, so we had to rehearse all of In Trousers for the workshop, and probably the first production of it, from 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. every day, and then we put it on. And Bill directed it, and Bill was Marvin, and Bill wore all the hats that Mary and Alison and Joanne did not wear. And then and this was also a first for Playwrights Horizons, we were all very excited about Bill Finn's work and In Trousers and the company that he brought with him. And I lobbied very heavily with Andre Bishop to continue working on it, and so we were able to develop the show from Bill's living room all the way to a main stage production at Playwrights Horizons. And now that's commonplace, but in those days that kind of development all under one roof was very rare. It was a big day for my career, big year for me. It changed my life entirely. And then we had auditions and Chip came aboard.
So, the way I remember it, I was driving out to Kennedy, and when I got there, my agent had left me, and I was going to fly. I was going to try to go to LA and do television, and there was a message for me saying that what I considered delaying my trip and come back home because there was a cassette of a show called In Trousers, and it's really cool. And I did. I went back home and I heard this tape and I thought, God, I don't know. I think it's fantastic.
You're making this up.
No, this is true. So then I go in, but I had this audition, and so I go in, and in those days I was singing Jackie from Jacques Brel. You guys all know that song. And if someday I should become a singer. But not only could I sing it, I could play it on the piano, so I would accompany myself, and it was just me being crazy. And Billy was screaming, I hate that song, I hate that song. And I thought, I didn't know.
The show, I just hate the song.
I hate that song, I don't want to hear that song ever again. But I didn't realize he was the director. I just thought he was some weird guy, and the composer. I had no idea. I just thought he was a strange person in the room. I think maybe I thought
Chip, there is a story that goes with that that you don't know about, which is the stage manager. In those days, we didn't have a dedicated casting director, and we would just open up our phone books or make calls, and somehow we magically got cast. And we had a stage manager who put out the audition calls for In Trousers. And the first person, you were about the 6th or 7th person to come in. And the first person who came in sang Jackie. The first person who came in sang Jackie.
I didn't know that. But he didn't play it on the piano.
Exactly.
As I remember it, Chip turned down a part in Tin Types, which he was cast for to do our show. He now says, denies that's true, but that's true. The part that Jerry Zaks eventually took over, Chip had.
Yeah, it's true, but I can't remember that scene.
But listen, second person came in and did Jack down the line. Second person came in and sang Jackie.
They all sang Jackie.
Finally, I turned around and said to the stage manager, because we all hated the song. Not the show, but the song. And it was not a useful song for this particular audition for the material that was ultimately going to be done. That's no aspersions to the song. But anyway, I turned around, I at this point thought my mind had exploded, and I turned around and said, who told everybody to sing Jackie? And the stage manager said, I did.
Are you kidding?
He got fired the next day.
Well,
Jim got the part.
I got the, but here's the thing too, like, so eventually Bill said, no, just stand up and sing the song and don't wave your hands around and put your hands in your pocket. And at one point then he told me, he said, and I don't know, I didn't realize, again, then I realized he must be the director or something, I don't know. But eventually he said, stand up on a chair, put your hands in your pockets and just sing the song again, and you know, and so anyway, I got the part. But for me it was always like,
He was moving, so I said stand in a chair where he couldn't move.
yeah, I was jumping around, but it, you know, so then all of a sudden I get the part, and I meet Mary and Alison and get to know Bill, but basically I was crashing apart. I was like, there was Big Bill, which was Bill Finn, and for a while I was known as Little Bill.
Yeah.
Little Bill, because basically they all knew the show, I didn't, and they were making fun of me.
Out of the dressing room,
Yeah,
remember?
yeah.
We all had shared one dressing room, didn't we?
Yeah,
Or something.
it was intimate.
Get out!
It was intimate. It was an intimate experience.